Good morning. This is Arlene Arnold. I'm here with the focus of the week, and we have a wonderful surprise. At least it's a surprise for me. We have the strength in lime green and the strength in magenta. And I know that you have been impacted by what has happened recently, what has happened in this whole picture of why and questions about why we have mass shootings. If you're like me, I was impacted by the grief that was coming up among the people. And Sunday morning, I sat with that grief, and I had to breathe into it and breathe through it before I could do anything else, and then bring in the frequency of love. So my part of the action was to contact my pastor, and that morning at church, we decided that we would have people gather after church and talk about it, because people have all these emotions, and it's anger and it's grief and it's all kinds of things. And then out of that came a focus for us to listen to people who differ from us, and bring people in who don't understand things exactly like we do, to listen and to speak from the heart and be open for what is the next step. So I know that in some way you are being prodded to act too. And it may be in meditation more. It may be kind to the people around you. It may to just be send out love to the earth. But whatever it is, you are a part of the healing that is going on. So I want us to focus on a flower that gives us the colors magenta and lime green. And then I want to read a little bit from the book, because there's some things we need to focus on there. So I'm going to share my screen. And what we're going to do is okay, so there we go. Now, what I want you to notice is the colors in here. Now, this is magenta, like right here in the part of the petal. The center is more some indigo and some dark purple. But in these petals, you're going to see the magenta color. And then this leaf down here is kind of like the lime green. So just focus on that while I read to you a little bit from the book. I may not read the whole thing, because I want you to just be able to take in a little bit. But what came up was the strength in lime green and the strength in magenta. My friends, that means that we are standing as light workers, as leadership from the heart, as leadership from the soul. We stand now together, and we can make a difference, because there's an opening. There is an opening right now that I haven't seen before, that I haven't felt before. So on this lime green, what I picked out was a section that's called Balanced on All Levels. Through the yellow, so notice the yellow and the lime green down here, you are mentally sharp, always practical and clear. You understand human motivations. Through the green, you integrate all that you know with how you act. You open your heart without reservation, but never naively. You are dedicated to the good of all. My friends, that is what leadership is. Clarity, not naivete. It is paying attention, understanding the human condition, knowing what happens when people close their hearts. And you don't need to close your heart. You can open your heart. In fact, that's what magenta is about. It's opening your heart in a way that's cosmic. So let me just tell you a little bit about that. And this was also the strength in the magenta. And what I picked was trust. Most of all, you trust yourself. You trust your inner guidance. Congratulations. We're trusting our inner guidance. You trust that you are supported from beyond yourself. All this makes it possible for you to trust others, but this is not a blind trust. So there is that message again. This is about trust This is about compassion. This is about clarity. This is about coming from the heart, from the depth of the heart where the soul is. This is standing up as a frequency of love for everyone, for the shooter, for those families that lost people, for the rest of us that are still here that need to stand up and say, it's time that we become who we truly are, and that we operate from a much deeper place inside of us. And that is only going to happen as you and I stand up and do that as spiritual leaders. So focus this week on standing up and being the truth of who you are in every single way you can. Listen in your heart. Find out what the action is that you need to do. And that is where we are this morning. So thank you for being here. And I am so grateful for all the work that all of you do, and for the way in which you bring love to this world, and the way in which you stay connected at a very deep level. So let's now remember that we are doing this together. We stand together in magenta and lime green, the strength of that. We stand together as spiritual leaders, as those who have compassion that is on a cosmic level. All right, this is Arlene Arnold, and you can find me on transformationaltools.com.